Ladies and gentlemen, we now resume our sessions. Our next session is a presentation slot. The topic of the session is Central Bank Digital Currency, that is CBDC, and the future of money. And to share the insights of this presentation, may I request Mr. Solomon Ashok, founder Kazh Fintech, and co-founder and CTO of Axlerate Finance, to please come up on the dais. Over to you. So here it is.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So hope you had a good lunch. So sorry, like before lunch also you saw my face, and after lunch also I'm here to share few thoughts about CBDC. So I would say most of the fintech conferences nowadays will not be complete without CBDC. So that is what I'm visualizing. So it is my own opinion. So the world is moving towards CBDC. So let me give you a small background about CBDC. I'm not going to have take all your 15 minutes speaking about CBDC, giving you lectures about CBDC, but I want to quickly walk through about that. And before that, just want to give you a small introduction of myself. So we have two fintech companies. We are into Web 2.0 and we are also into Web 3.0. So Axlerate Fintech is a fintech for logistics ecosystem. So this is basically for an Indian logistics, and as the government is speculating that 2025, they wanted to digitalize the whole logistics ecosystem with the logistics plans and everything. So we are in the right time and the right place. So we are here to digitalize the logistics ecosystem on the fintech part. So that is our one company. And the next, these are the modules that we have for Axlerate. Like we have Axel Pay. We start with fast tags. So we have Axel Pay, cards, directory. We have GPS, all other systems which is needed for logistics ecosystem. And our next company, so it's called Kazh Fintech. So the name is derived from a Tamil word called Kazh. Okay, it's a 2,000-year-old word. And from Kazh, we have cash. Okay, so Kazh Fintech is basically like it's an Indian company. We started this company as a expense management platform, and then quickly we evolved into Web3 expense management. And from there, we have moved into CBDC. We have moved into consulting metaverse companies and developing the whole economy. So from Kazh, this is our next product called Bucks. You need to read it as Bucks. Don't read it as books. It's called Bucks, okay? So we develop platforms like stablecoin as a service, fractional NFT. So most of you have heard about fractional NFT, where our real estate is getting fractionalized, co-owners are there. So we developed a SaaS model for fractional NFTs. And we also developed a metaverse economy. So there's a big metaverse company in US, and all their economy with the white papers, the technology and everything is developed by us. And we are also into crypto compliance side. Since we are dealing with CBDC, so we wanted to get in the compliance side as well. So we are into transaction monitoring. As I told you before, like we are into the know your wallet, know your transactions. So not only know your customers. So we are into that space, and also like we are working with Ripple XRP on their CBDC platform, and we are consulting small countries, not like India. So they are very advanced. We are already into the CBDC platform. We are consulting small countries as one of the advisory paper submission and everything on the CBDC, how they can move to CBDC. So, okay. So coming back to CBDC, like most of you have heard about this term called CBDC, and many of you are in your pilot app. Maybe like if you're using S Bank, IICC, HDFC, you might be having your CBDC app in your mobile. So how it works? So just wanted to quickly run through a history of money, how it started. We exchanged goods. So if I have a pumpkin, or if I have apple, okay, we call it apple. So I have a chair manufacturer, or I manufacture wheels. So I exchange my wheel for an apple. So that is how it started. And then we started exchanging gold as then metal coins. Many kings have started issuing metal coins in their faces and other things. And then we came into China has printed money, paper money, and then cards. It's been from 1990 or 60s, sorry. And then we have electronic money, and currently we are in an era of digital money. Okay, so whenever we speak about blockchain or any kind of technology that is going to come in, we always land up in this question: cryptocurrency. Okay, many people still think that CBDC is again another cryptocurrency, but my answer is like cryptocurrency is overrated. What is that? Cryptocurrency is overrated. So then what is that? So you can see these clippings here. Many of you have gone through that every day, probably like not now. When cryptocurrency was there, every day we'll be seeing a lot of scam news about cryptocurrency. People have invested, but nobody have bought Bitcoin. They just gave to some person who to buy Bitcoin, but they didn't buy Bitcoin. So a lot of scams and a lot of things had happened. And right now, we see cryptocurrency as an overrated one. Okay, so then what about blockchain? We think blockchain is underrated. Okay, so blockchain is nothing but a technology that every government is adapting. So roughly if we take Indian government, so they realized, they saw the benefits of Bitcoin. They saw how Bitcoin worked without a central bank, without any governing authorities. They've realized for the last 10 years, they saw everything, and then every country wanted to come into blockchain. Okay. So blockchain is nothing but a distributed ledger technology. So all your data is not on a central database. It's been distributed in many places. So blockchain is equivalent to your paper money. Blockchain is equal to your paper money. Okay. So who's here? Anyone name him? Santa Claus. Oh, wow, nice. Okay. So he's our RBI governor, and this statement is been made by him recently at the IMF annual meeting, which happened last November 2023. CBDC is going to be the future currency of the world. So this is a statement from our RBI governor. So many people, whenever we speak about CBDC, when we go and speak to governments about the CBDC, how they can adopt CBDC in their platforms, they always come up with like, we already have cryptocurrency, we already have stable coins, we already have altcoins. So what kind of thing that CBDC can achieve? So we always start with this slide. Whenever we speak to people, we start with slides like this, where people have achieved in CBDC, as India have achieved in CBDC, and we are way forward from any other country. Okay, so totally 114 countries currently testing or in the development phase or in a research phase or in an initiative for CBDC. So how many percentage is kind of 95% GDP. These countries hold 95% GDP of the world. Okay, and usually, like whenever we speak about money, we have in our hand, we have in a bank account, we thought like money will be like an asset. Money will be a store of value. So asset is basically like I hold $100,000 in my bank account. That is my asset. So another that like it's a value. So I'm holding the money and it's a value, and I can exchange the money to people. I can buy things. Also, like, and the major thing is like unit of accounts. So you can think like this is the amount that I'm spending. So you can have your own spending management system, that is a unit of account, and medium of exchange. That is basically like you give money, you buy something because you know the value. If you wanted to buy dollar, you can spend it in rupee. You know the value, that how much dollar you can get it back. So that is a use case of money. So what is the major difference between a traditional money or traditional currency with the blockchain? So the left side you are seeing, so when a payer wants to pay the payee, okay? So what happens, the payer has to send the money to his payer's bank, and the payer bank has to go to the intermediaries, or they can respond to the payee bank, and payee bank then pays the payer. So this is the system that currently works in our regular currency. But when you see on the right side, so if a person A has to send money to B, so he initiates the transaction. So it is kind of a block. So once a transaction is initiated, it's kind of a ledger block. So that block goes into the network. So every blockchain is a network of systems. So it goes to the network, and in the network, there are a lot of people who will be approving that transaction. So it is not like a bank approves the transaction. A lot of intermediaries, they approve the transaction. If the transaction is approved, that node joins in the block, and then the money transfers to the person B. So this is a very quick system, and from today, like we were hearing a lot of things about cross-border payments, how we are going to change the cross-border payments, and I would say CBDC is going to change the cross-border payments. So we'll quickly walk through that as well. So before that, like regular bank-to-bank transaction in US takes how much? 3 to 5 days, and the cost involved is $20. So when you come to Bitcoin, and regular Bitcoin, it's kind of 0.35. It takes like 78 minutes to approve. In a Bitcoin Lightning network, so it will be like 1 to 10 milliseconds, Ripple 4 seconds. You can see the cost of the commissions. It's getting reduced from the bank-to-bank systems. So central bank digital currency is basically aiming to reduce the cost involved when you transfer cross-border. Okay, so the major topic that we wanted to cover today is called cross-border payments. This is 2020 report. So how much transaction has been initiated? The volume is $23.5 trillion. And the fee, transaction cost, how much? $120 billion. So the transaction cost alone is $120 billion. And the settlement time is 2 to 3 days. So this is what's happening. And this is, again, I'm bringing our governor's message. And the total remittance cost currently is 6%. Total remittance cost currently is 6%. The transaction cost between cross-border or B2B payments is gradually increasing because a lot of intermediaries are there. So we need to like pay all their commissions, and then it reaches us. People also play on the Forex. So usually, like when I was doing freelancer way back in 2004, 2005, PayPal is the only thing that I can get payments. So my client will pay me like $1,000. When I put Google, $1,000 will be equal to like $60,000. But when I receive PayPal, I'll be getting only like $49,000, $48,000, or $51,000. So what happens? PayPal plays on the Forex. So they give you lesser value in the Forex. So this is another analysis. Like if a person from California wanted to pay someone in, Brazil. Okay, so he initiated $4,800, and immediately the bank where they initiated will be taking a cost of $25. It gradually goes beyond, and then the total amount is like minus $137. Okay, so that's a huge value with a small transaction like this. When you take like $25 trillion transaction, the value of transaction between cross-border is very high. Okay, and that is the important thing that the central bank currently working towards how we can make interoperability on different currencies. Like probably like in INR, I can pay a digital euro, how I can do that, how the technology can work. So they are doing a pilot work on that. So coming back to our CBDC, there are two kinds of CBDC that we have. One is called retail, and the next one is called wholesale. So wholesale is where central bank pays a bank. So that comes under the wholesale. And the retail where, as a customer, how we use the UPI, I take my device, I pay a merchant, I pay to my friend through CBDC. So it's like the major advantage of CBDC, like I can take money from my wallet, I can put it in my friend's wallet without any person. Okay, so it's kind of like take 10 rupees from my purse, put it in my friend's purse. So that is the retail CBDC. And there are two kind of model that works on CBDC. That is called token model and account-based model. Account-based model works on ID base. Like you have to verify your KYCs and all others, and then it works on the ID base. It involves the bank, and when you come for the token base, it's kind of like I take the money from my wallet, put it in your wallet, okay? You don't need any internet, or you don't need any intermediaries or anyone. So many people will think, like, we have UPI, why we need CBDC? So this is again the same statement from from our RBI governor. In CBDC, we will draw the digital currency and keep it in our wallet in your mobile. So what happens here? The CBDC wallet that you have will be in your mobile, okay? So what happens, the money that you put in the wallet will stays in your mobile, and you can pay anyone. It's kind of like you keep the money in your wallet, okay? So in UPI, when you take UPI, so what happens, your money is in the bank, and the bank usually send to the person immediately, but it takes at least 1 to 2 business days for the settlement between the banks. It is not like immediate. It takes 1 to 2 business days. And CBDC is a digital tender where UPI is just a protocol, okay? It's a payment protocol, and uptime is both the same. When you take intermediary, we don't need anyone, but here we need a commercial bank. Liquidity is backed by the central government, not backed by central government. UPI is basically like not backed by central government. So offline is available. Right now we have SMS-based model for UPI, but not an offline system yet. So, and this is anonymous. Like the wallet that I hold, what we have created, a CBDC wallet that I hold, the money that is in the wallet stays with me, and there is a little bit of anonymity, like anonymous thing is there. So only after the threshold limit has to send to the bank. So it automatically informs the central bank that if the money is above the threshold limit. Okay, so many people will ask, like you are speaking about CBDC, there are a lot of advantages. What are the disadvantages? So like any other system, we have cybersecurity risk, but governments are working, many companies are working towards that. And also, like many banks can run out of cash because everybody wanted to keep the money in their wallet, which is in their mobile or a cold wallet or hot wallet or any wallet. So, and then technological infrastructure, which our government has built already, we have that in a pilot model. Even a street vendor, vegetable vendors have a CBDC QR code where you can pay your CBDC QR code. Also, like you can use your UPI apps in the future to pay CBDC. You can use the CBDC QR code to pay for through UPI. So that is also available. So that is the important thing. And just wanted to end because I have already crossed my limit. So these are the ecosystem, or these are the ideas that can come up, because when you take UPI, okay, so there was a huge rush when many people started using UPI. Lot of apps come in, lot of startups have started using UPI. But right now we know that CBDC is going to the future. These are the ideas that we can bank on, we can develop our products. The first one is consumer wallet. Consumer wallet, once API of the RBI is released, you can develop a wallet which can be lying in the consumer's mobile, and you can store the CBDC in your mobile. You can transfer to anyone, same like UPI. So there are huge opportunity to build consumer wallet. Offline cold wallet is basically like in blockchain, we can store any kind of cryptocurrency in the cold wallets. Same method is available. So wallet for tourists, we have UPI, where we can, PPI for UPI, where we can use it for tourists. Same, we can do that. The major thing is like cross-border lending and MSME lending, decentralized exchanges. Like it's basically like if I wanted to buy euros, I can use these exchanges. I can transfer my digital currency, Indian rupee, to digital euros, and platform to launch CBDC. So we are currently working on this. So since we already developed stablecoin as a service, and we are currently working with the CBDC with XRP and Ripple, so to build a CBDC platform for governments, okay? And the next major thing that we are working is money streaming platform. So it's kind of one of our patent, and we developed the CBDC-based system for IoT payments. So in future, we'll be having a lot of automated payments. Micro payments will be happening from IoT devices, and this can change the landscape. When CBDC is there, multiple, like millions or billions of micro payments from your IoT devices can happen. You can define wallets for your IoT devices. You can create wallets for your IoT devices. You can load up your currency, and you can create an ecosystem based on that. So, and just wanted to end my talk with this one, because always whenever I do my presentation, I encourage people to be a lifelong learner, okay? So this one, I got it from this great person. So can we read? Learning gives creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge, and knowledge makes you great, okay? And we are here in this world. We want to achieve something. We want to be great. It starts with learning. So I encourage everyone to keep learning, be a lifelong learner. Thank you. And this is my LinkedIn. You can follow me on that. Thank you.